subjects. So lessons focus on grammatical properties of words. So they focus on grammatical properties of words and phrases. So when we talk about grammatical properties, it means that the various grammatical categories that we have, the verbs, the nouns, the adjectives, and we even have verbs in it. Sorry, adverbs, and we have proverbs in it. So creating lessons, you need to go to Wikidata. Let me see whether I can quickly go there. So you open to Wikidata like this. Then when you come here, okay, so when you come to this side, you will see lexicographical data. So here they are giving you an opportunity to create a new lesson. So if you have to create, or if you want to create a lesson, there is no need to come here first. You come here and search. You write capital L here. Then you, okay, so you write something like this, then you start writing the word in it. So if the word is already in existence, it will appear there. If it is not there, then it will give you a chance to open it. So hello. Okay.
We can hear
So
you.
when we look at some English words like run, for example, we can have many forms of it. So the senses, the forms, and the statements. You know, lessons have some major points or some major structures that you have to, like every lesson must have. Every lesson must have sense, at least one sense. There should be forms, and there should be statements to add more meaning to the senses. So let's take run for instance. So when we take run, we have so many forms. We have the one with the past tense of run, the one with a, and we have runs. So there will be forms like that. And when we look at the senses, let's take the Gbani word zam, for instance. When we say zam, zam can mean the fish, zam, fish. So that will be one sense. And when we look at zam raston, so you can add it as senses. You can add them as senses. So when we also look at the zam, we can see like it also means measurement. To measure something, you say yan zan lemon, so you measure it. So that is another sense. But when we come to the forms, now we'll be talking about plural form of it. If it is a verb, there will be past tense, present tense, future tense of the word. So those ones are senses. So that is the key components of lessons. So we have the lemma, the base or the dictionary form of the word, like the run that I give as an example. So That is it. And we have forms, the variation of a word based on grammar rules like tense, case, or numbers. And we also have the senses that I already mentioned, the meaning or the definitions of the word. So that is it. So how do we so why are Wikidata lessons important? Today we are doing introduction. I think next week there will be time for us to create a lesson or to have a look at how a lesson looks like. So documenting and structuring words help preserve language, especially the indigenous languages, like the languages that we are working with. I know currently Gagari, they are running a project on the lessons. So this is going to be a very good resource for them. So it helps in language learning. Lessons provide structured data for language learning platforms and dictionaries. So technology and AI. Lessons enable natural languages processing, machine translation, and chatbot development. Demonstration. Now let me search for this lesson in the Dagbani. Okay. Okay, so this is how a lesson looks like. It is not different from Wikidata. It is part of Wikidata, though when you are to create it, there are some special things that you have to do. And you don't need to do that when you are creating Wikidata item. So for that one, you write L and semicolon, then you continue writing the word. So this is how a lesson looks like in the Dagbani. So we have statements. So when you write the word, you write language. Which language are you creating it? So Dagbani. So you write your language there. Lexical category. Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective, or which category of words is it? So now you add your statements to add more meaning to the lesson that you are creating. And the statement mostly needed in the senses. So when you add statements here, it means that you are adding more meaning to the sense that you have given, because the kule has a lot of meanings. So therefore it has a lot of senses. So when you choose this sense, you add more statements for people to understand what exactly you mean. Statements like images. So here they say a tool used to dig the earth, or it or thin out or dig out up plants. So it means that they are talking about a particular sense. If you want people to understand more of what you are saying, you add statements. You can add images. You can add items of this sense. You can also add usage, example, pronunciation, audios. You can add them just to add more meaning to what you are talking about. Now we come to another sense too. You do the same thing. You do the same thing. So there are so many things we'll be working on these lessons, and lessons are very important in our language preservation. So I think next week there will be a practical session for us to see how to create lessons, how to use lessons, the other things. So we can read more on lessons when we search for it on Wikipedia. There are so many things there for us to learn. Okay, so Wikidata lessons are powerful tool for structuring linguistic data. They play a crucial role in preserving languages, supporting education, and advancing technology. Like the AI that we all know, if we continue developing the lessons or we continue putting our various languages, the words on it, then we can use this for a lot of things like the dictionaries and the AI that we all sorry. Okay, so this one is just an introduction, so I don't want to go deep into that. Let me use an English word for us to see how the lesson looks like in it. So when you are creating, make sure you write the base form of the word. Okay, so this is run in English. Let me open that. So we can see language, English, lexical category, it is a noun. So make sure you create, like when you are creating nouns, all the sentences should be nouns. You don't need to create, or you shouldn't create run as a noun and go and bring something like a verb in it. So any sense that is a verb shouldn't be in nouns lesson. So here we can see it clearly. They have added their statements, usage example. This is how they use it. So we also did the same thing when we were recording on the Kaya app. So we also give some examples. So you can go and leave them and come and place it here. You can easily connect it there. So homograph lessons. The homograph, it means that the words that pronounce exactly like exactly. So here, this is a verb form of it. It means that it has the same spelling as the noun. So you add it at the homograph lesson. So you not add any sense of this run in it, but you only add it as a homograph lesson to indicate that it has the same pronunciation. The senses, we can see what they have done. So they give so many senses, statements, and other things. When you are searching for lesson, remember to write the capital L and the semicolon. It's very important. If you don't do that, you'll be searching for a Wikidata item, but not lesson. I want to search for another word. Okay, so we have cook as an English. We have cook as a verb and cook as a noun. So let's look at the cook as a noun and see the various tenses that they will be added. Okay, so we can see the cook as a noun. So first tense is occupation involving cooking food. Occupation involving cooking food. That is one of the senses. And a lesson can have only one sense, but the forms sometimes it is the forms that are sometimes more, because when you have plural form of it, or if it is verb, you have past tense, present tense, and the other forms of verbs. Other ways the word can be twisted. Okay, so let's prepare for next week so that we do practical session and we see how we create lessons and how we work on lessons.
All right. Yeah, but are you done?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So, please, if you have any question, you can ask so that you will clarify before we close up. Since today is just the introduction, he doesn't want to dig deep, so that next week we will repeat what we did. So that's why he has stopped. So please, if you have any question, you can ask. Yes, Abdullah Rashid, you can go on.
Please, the homography lexeme, please explain it for me again.
Yeah, so let me come in here. So like the homograph lexemes, they are words that are spelled like the same but have different meaning, and sometimes like different pronunciation. Example like the term homograph comes from the Greek words homo, just like same, and the graph, that's writing. So referring to their like uh, their identical written form. For example, like we have lead, Lead. Lead can be referred to as a noun, like let me just say lead, as we all know, and the scientific name symbol is Pb. So lead is a noun, a type of a metal. Also, to lead someone, the same spelling, that is also a verb. I mean, to guide or direct someone. So with these two, we can say they are homographs. I don't know whether you get it. Also, like a bow, like excuse me to use the Bible word, a bow, like PM, something like that. Like that one is a noun. It's an equipment or a ribbon tied with a loop, something like that. Also, a bow means to bow, bend down, to bend the body forward as a gesture of respect. So these two can also be termed as a homograph. So I don't know whether I'm clear here.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Like we have the minute and minute with the same spellings but different pronunciations. So sometimes you have the same word like that, but they are not from the same grammatical category. They are not all nouns. Maybe you might have one of them as verb and one as a noun. So now you are creating the noun as you are creating the noun, and now you already have the verb somewhere as a separate lesson. So you indicate that, oh, these words are pronouncing the same way, or their spellings are the same. So you add them as lesson. What is that?
Homographs.
So that is it.
Any question, please? Hello. Is there any other question? So I'll put the link there for all of us to register for our data reimbursement. So all should please check the chat. I've sent the link there. So all should try as much as possible to register for the data reimbursement. Thank you very much. I can see that Mr. Bismarck is asking how do you add reference? Well, with this one, because it's just an introduction, we don't want to dig deep. So we'll reserve your question for next week. So if next week this you can ask it so that I think the facilitator would try as much as possible to get you informed about it. Thank you. Please, is there any question? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I hope Mr. Bismarck, you are okay now. So if there are no questions or question, I think we'll end the meeting since this is the introduction to the data lesson. So that next we will go deep and get to know how to edit Wikidata Lexemes. Yaba, do you have any other thing to say? Actually, I think actually is that. So all should try as much as possible to please fill out the form before I end the call.
Yeah, you guys can stop recording, right?
Yes, we have stopped. So bye for everyone.